Google is not Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris never needs help, but Google sometimes does. In this video, we are going to show you how you can help Google understand your context and its relevance with schema, code, and structured data. Would you like to learn more about SEO and how to grow your online business? Subscribe to this channel down below and give us a like or thumbs up so we can continue to produce these videos every week for you. My name is Gert. I'm the founder of SEOleverage.com, an SEO agency that has developed its own framework for SEO and to keep the momentum going. The framework is called Erica. I've written a book about it, got it here. So if you're interested, head over to our website and get the book. Today we are going to talk about schema, code, structured data, how to add code that only search engines can understand. So let's go for it. Schema is a code where the major search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo, and Yandex, collaborated so that the code can be understood by all the major search engines. Why is this important? Because machine learning and artificial intelligence, which ultimately drives the decision-making process for search engines on what should rank higher or lower, really depends on context. Machine learning needs context to make the right choice, to make the right decisions, and schema code can give the necessary context. Why is context so important? Just type into Google Translate bank and you're going to see that the Google Translate is not sure which kind of bank you want. But if you give it more context and say, I like sitting on a bank in the park, for example, or I like to cash in a check at the bank, it's going to know exactly what you're talking about. This is providing more context. This is helping a machine to actually make sense of the information that we give them. So how can we use schema on our web page to give this more context to search engines and make sure that they see our content as more relevant? First of all, we need to just think in certain moments that schema could be something of value. When we talk about creative work, we talk about an organization, a person, a place, a product. We always have a lot of details that go with this. Just think about a book, for example. A book has a title, an author, an ISBN number, etc. And all these details go together and can provide more context for Google in a context. If you talk about a specific person, this person might have a biography, social media links, etc. You can mark this up, create special code, and add this to your web page so Google can better understand what person you are referring to. If you talk about a recipe, when you're type in a recipe in Google, your recipe to make a pizza, it's going to show you a very different way of search results than if it was actual textual search results. It's going to extract all the information that's there in structured data format. So it knows, is this for beginners or advanced cooks? Is this something you can create in less than an hour, or does it take more time to make it, etc. It extracts all the information plus the image of the actual meal so it can present it in a better way. Schema code adds value to the user experience, so definitely it's important to take it into account. If you have a podcast or a YouTube video, for example, you can add code that indicates, for example, the most important timestamp on the YouTube video. So people, sometimes when you search for something on Google and you get a video, you get the timestamps and you can jump directly to the respective sections that are dealing with a specific part of what you're explaining there. One of the most common types of schema, I think, is the organization markup, and this is very often included in major SEO plugins like Yoast or Rank Math. And what they're going to do is they're going to ask you in the setup assistant to fill in certain details about your company, name, social media, URLs, address and phone number, etc. and then create a code in the background that's inserted into your website automatically. Another one that's really common is the person markup. And this is a markup that ultimately gives you the possibility to explain more context around a person. This could be on the about page. If you're a freelancer, for example, on the about page, you could have a person markup maybe. Or you could also have a person markup if you talk about another person specifically. Talk about Jeff Bezos and have a person markup about Jeff Bezos on your article. It's going to give the machine more context to understand who you're talking about here. In many cases, this code is created by plugins automatically. You might want to reach out to your developer or your tech person in order to know what the best way is to get this schema markup into your website. Also, very often it makes sense to create custom schema markup, and we're going to check this out in a moment on the screen. So to generate schema code, I very often use one of the schema generators. I really like this one, technicalseo.com. Big shout out in case they watch this. We're not affiliated in any way, and it's a free tool anyway. But what this does is it makes it really, really simple to create custom code. So what you see here is that just tell us, look, I want to create a person markup, and you already see there is some schema code pre-generated, and it's now going to be updated according to my input here. So I can just type in my name, Gert Mellak, type in my URL, leverage.com, for example. A URL in form of my pictures could be get.jpg, for example. My social media profile, I can just select which ones I want to show and then fill those URLs in. And then it's going to create a code. So this is going to be facebook.com, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to fill in this code, and I just copy this then. This code is an icon that makes this automatically, and then I paste this into the website in the corresponding place that your developer, your tech person might indicate to you, or directly in the code. Just be careful, because sometimes CMS change the quotes here or mess up the code a little bit. So if you have issues pasting this directly in, there might be a feature to paste in code specifically or plain text into the code in a invisible manner, so it doesn't screw up your website design. Schema code and a lot of other things are part of what we do in our Erica X program. This is the Erica framework we have developed, applied to your website, where every couple of weeks we walk you through the Erica program, evolution, research, interlinking, content and action steps. And then if you're really busy or you don't want to spend the resources of your team with this, we also have an implementation team here that is able to implement the suggestions. On the one hand, we come up with high impact items, but we also have the manpower here and woman power to back this up and implement those changes, those optimizations for your website. We have a team of 4 writers. We're just hiring the next one, and we're going to be able to provide high quality SEO optimized text for you. So if you're interested, reach out to me, head over to SEOleverage.com. That's it again for another video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, give me a thumbs up down below and leave me your comment and tell me what you really enjoyed in this video. And also let me know if there are topics that are really interesting for you, and maybe we can shoot a video about those as well. My name is Gert Mellak. Thank you so much for watching. Head over to SEOleverage.com and download the book. It might be interesting for your online business as well.